If you struggle with analyzing data after a trade show or event, well, guess what? You're alone. We're all alone. I'm just serious. No, I'm kidding. You're seriously not alone. In fact, one of the biggest and most common obstacles marketers and trade show coordinators face is collecting good metrics and effectively analyzing them after the show has ended. We all know this, but without proper data and ROI, all we have left is ROI, relying on intuition. Or worse, really obscure information. Or the worstest, radical ostrich invasion. To survive in today's business landscape requires making data-informed decisions on where we invest our money. The benefits of calculating ROI are immense. For example, if you can prove that a particular show yields high returns, you can use that to justify a bigger budget. Or, if you prove a particular show isn't performing so well, you can save the company money and time by securing a smaller booth at the show or stop exhibiting at the show entirely. Either way, if you're in marketing, you should have a vested interest in proving that you are a revenue-generating part of the company. Welcome to the Trade Group. I'm Cameron Wilkinson. We aim to provide the most up-to-date insights for marketing directors and trade show coordinators like yourself, so you can get unprecedented returns to your company. If you like this idea, if you want to be the cool department in the office block, then do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. So, here are 7 simple ROI equations that you can use to measure the effectiveness of your trade show program. Number 1, the basic ROI equation. This is the equation for measuring the return on investment for any investment, not just events. It's as follows. You take the net profit of the event and you divide it by the cost of attending the event. You times that by 100 and that will give you the percentage of ROI from the event. So let's say net profit from the event is the total revenue generated from the event minus all the expenses related to the event. Cost of the event is the total amount spent to organize and conduct the event. The result will give you the ROI in percentage terms. If the ROI is positive, it means you've made a profit relative to your investment. If it's negative, it means you've incurred a loss.
Loser.
For example, if you spent $10,000 on an event and made $15,000 in revenue, the net profit would be $5,000. Using the formula, you take 5,000 divided by 10,000 times 100% equals 50%. This means you've earned a return of 50% on your investment. Now, it's not always easy to come up with this number immediately after an event. If you're in B2B, you know what I mean. You have longer sales cycles that could last sometimes for months. It's hard coming back a week after the show and explaining to the execs why they don't see all the immediate revenue. So, here are some metrics to help you sort that out in the meantime. Here's the second equation. It's how to estimate the revenue impact from an event. The basic ROI equation above is good only after the event and after you've made your sales. Or is it? What if we could look into the future to determine how we should budget or tailor our marketing efforts towards an event? That's where the equation for estimating the revenue impact comes into play.
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour!
The basic formula to estimate the revenue impact is thus: number of prospects engaged times the proposal rate times closing rate times average value of sale. The proposal rate tells us how many engaged prospects turn into meetings at the show. Closing ratio estimates how many of those meetings turn into sales. Average transaction value is the amount you expect each converting attendee to spend. This could be the price of a product, the average contract value for a service, etc. So let's say you engage 150 prospects. Your proposal rate is 20%, meaning you engage 20% of the 150 prospects. You have an expected conversion rate of 15% with an average transaction value of $25,000. Using the formula, we have 150 times 0.20 times 0.25 times 25,000, which is a grand total of $112,500.
I've waited 31 years for this moment. It's an honor, sir.
Boy, does that look good. Here's the third simple equation. This helps you calculate the value of current revenue retention. Trade show marketers often overlook the value of business retained or saved thanks to face-to-face meetings with existing customers.
Wow! Great to see you again.
Good to see you too.
For example, what if you were able to save business that was at risk for being lost because you made things right with an unhappy customer at the show? You can use the following equation to gauge the value of current revenue retention. Just take the current customers in scheduled meetings at the show, times the average annual revenue per customer, and voila, presto ROIO, you have the value of current revenue retention. So, let's say you're scheduled to meet 10 customers at the show, and the average annual revenue per customer is $100,000. The addressable current revenue retention equals $1 million. Looked at from this angle, one account saved by meeting with an unhappy customer could equal $100,000 in current revenue retention. By multiplying the number of current customers who attended the trade show with the average annual revenue per customer, you can estimate the potential revenue that can be retained or even grown from these customers over the coming years. This metric provides insight into the potential financial benefits of engaging with existing customers during events like trade shows. Now, number 4, equation that is very, very simple. It's the value of current revenue growth. Trade shows are the perfect environment to upsell to existing clients through product demos, sales presentations about new solutions, and private client meetings. However, this revenue isn't always included when calculating trade show ROI, but it should be. It should.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Here's how it works. Once again, take the current customers that are scheduled to meet at the show, times that by the closing rate for upselling the customers, and times that with the average transaction value of the upgrade. In this case, say you meet with 10 customers, have a win rate of 10%, and the average transaction value is $20,000. That's 10 times 0.10 times 20,000, which comes out to 20,000. Are you keeping track of all this? So far, for our hypothetical trade show, we have made $232,500 in expected revenue from exhibiting. But we're not done yet.
Suck it up for one more lousy night and you're rich.
Equation number 5, the value of cost savings for formal meetings. The large captive audience trade shows provide offers up plenty of opportunities to save money compared to traditional meetings and engagements. They bring prospects, current customers, suppliers, alliances, press, executives, sales, product management, and marketing all together in one place. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. What's more amazing is the amount you save on formal meeting costs at a trade show. For instance, if you have 20 formal meetings with prospects at a show, all you have to do is find out the average cost it takes for a sales rep to travel to a one-on-one formal sales meeting at a prospect's location. For argument's sake, let's say the average is $1,000. So if you take 20 times 1 times 1,000, and you have saved $20,000. Pretty cool, right?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
All right, simple equation number 6. The value of marketing qualified leads. Isn't gathering leads what we're all about at trade shows? Most likely. If you're in B2B with long sales cycles, you're going to be all about those MQLs. Getting a decent ROI doesn't always happen immediately after the show. You have to do follow-up, set up more meetings, and nurture those leads until they're ready to buy, or until they're 18 and ready to be kicked out of the house. While you're waiting for your sales team to close on all the deals you tossed their way, you can use this simple equation to measure how much money you saved getting leads at the show over against getting leads from other sources like paid ads online, like Google Ads, or social media ads. All you have to do is count the number of badge scans times the percentage of those badge scans that are qualified leads, and multiply that with the average cost for MQL generation. So say you scan 250 badges, 30% of which are genuine MQLs, and the average cost per MQL on Google Ads is $175. That's 250 times 0.30 times 175, which comes out to over $13,000 in savings. Actually, $13,125 exactly in savings. By subtracting the total cost of obtaining MQLs from the trade show from the total cost of generating MQLs through digital methods, you derive the cost savings. A positive value suggests savings from the trade show, while a negative value indicates that obtaining MQLs from the trade show might be more expensive. Number 7, and our final simple ROI equation. We're going to calculate the event payback ratio. All right, now it's time for the grand finale of math equations, where you tally up the elusive trade show ROI, as well as the payback ratio. All you have to do is pull the previous calculations for all factors that contributed to the financial outcome of the event. Here's how it should look. You're going to want the new revenue growth, and you want the current revenue retention and the current revenue growth, which by our examples came out to $232,500. You also want the MQL value, which we just calculated, which would be $13,125. And then you want to factor in the cost savings value, which was $20,000. So the total estimated value comes up to $265,625. Now let's say your show budget was $100,000. Take the total estimated value divided by the show expense, and you have your event payback ratio. In this case, for every $1 you spend at the show, you get $2.65. At this point, you might be asking, what is considered a good payback ratio? On average, $2.26 or better is considered a good payback for events. Take this number into account when evaluating which shows to return to next year and which shows to skip. Attending more shows that offer a higher return will increase the value of your trade show over time, which means you can show just how valuable and smart and good-looking you are as a marketer. Have questions? Did we miss something? Hit us up in the comments and let us know what your experience has been calculating the value of your company's trade show over time. And while you're at it, hit that like and subscribe button for more amazing content and up-to-date insight in the trade show industry.